Time we start. Hello there. Thanks for joining us. We are at Hedgewich HQ today, and it's just myself and Barbara Leonard. Barbara has been a friend for many years.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's about, we were trying to figure it out. I think it's about 12 years,
Yeah, 12
13
12,
years,
13,
something like that. We met on, I came on holiday a year before I moved out here.
Yeah. Wasn't that around 2011 or 12? So it's
It
been
could have
more.
been 2011, yeah.
Yeah.
And Barbara's also from South Africa, so you'll hear the accents. Um, and sort of a mutual friend of ours who lived in Tewkesbury said, "Oh, you've got to meet my friend Barbara. You'll love her. You will love her." And we had lunch at your local pub, the Railway Inn.
Yes.
It was like Sunday lunchy there. And then we were chatting, and Barbara said, "I've got to introduce you to somebody." And off we went, just the two of us out in the rain.
Yeah.
There was mud involved, I remember. And I got to meet the most beautiful horse.
Yes. There's a couple of gypsy horses up on that hill now,
Yeah.
so they were beautiful. Stunning.
And you're still involved with horses, actually.
I'm still
That's
I'm
a
back
side
in horses,
side
yeah.
thing. But Barbara's come on today because it's Easter Sunday, by the way. And she's come on because we had a lovely Ostara gathering with some of our Patreon members. And just a little thing, if you are wanting to join us for the Beltane gathering, just go onto Patreon, click as a free member, and you'll find the Zoom link to join us on our Beltane gathering, which is the 1st of May at 7 p.m. But at our Ostara one of the ladies, Ruth, when we asked what would you like to see more of, what would you like to hear about, guests, etc., she mentioned the tarot and particularly reading the cards in context with each other. Now, I can read tarot, but with a book. I'm more the stones and bones girl, so I do the runes and that. But I know that Barbara does a really good tarot reading, and in fact, she did one here on Friday for a friend. So tell us a little bit about your
Tarot journey.
tarot journey.
Yeah. I was always interested in it, but if you've come from a religious background, it's a taboo. So cards came and went out of my life for a very long time. And then in about 2011, actually, a lot of things happened. And I went for a reading with an amazing lady. I had been for readings before and they've been good, but this one was, blew my mind on how it can be done if it's your passion.
Yeah.
And if you really, that's what you're all about and you want to help people and this is the tool to help people, or help them help themselves generally, because you can only read what the cards have told you and then it's up to them to organize their life, really. And that's when I realized there were more card decks out there than just your normal Marseille card, which I find doesn't talk to me at all, because the majority of the cards are works of art.
Yeah.
Somebody has taken a lot of time and a lot of intuition and put what they felt into an image. And anybody can look at an image, or you can look at a tree, and everybody will have a different perspective. And that's when I realized that there are a bunch of cards out there. Some talk to me and some don't. So the decks I use are the ones that talk to me.
So just introduce us to your decks.
I've got a Rider-Waite, but it's a radiant Rider-Waite, and it is palm sized. So it literally is that big. It comes in a tin, and you can probably get it anywhere on Amazon. And it fits in your handbag. So if you feel like you're on a train somewhere or commuting, or you're sat there waiting for somebody, you can shuffle that deck and get used to it. This is the one I use for reading. I also have an Osho Zen one, which that's what it looks like at the back. We'll put links.
We'll put
We'll put
pictures
links.
in between. Yeah.
And the images on them are absolutely phenomenal. We'll put a couple of pictures on there as well. But I use them for end of readings, as the client would usually take 5 cards, pick 5 cards, shuffle, whatever they want to do. And those 5 cards generally are, they close down the reading with advice or recommendations on how to go forward. And
Okay.
whether you pull a good one, it's affirming. And if you pull one that's got rather a different image, it's telling you to look what to look out for. So you can't ever pull a bad card with the Osho Zen. It is literally just
Right.
telling you that
Yeah. Yeah.
this is great, but look out that you don't fall into that trap. And then if you're training,
So beginners.
yeah,
The giant pack.
the right away giant pack, because this was recommended for me to get. I did an online course with an American tarot card reader and astrologer called Dusty White. Having read books and books and books, and you just think, I can't get all of this information from books into my head.
Yeah.
And his online training is, again, next level, because he says the books are amazing, but it's your intuition that you're tapping into, and a card is only opens up the intuition. And
Yeah.
the reason
It's
why,
the portal, the gateway.
Yeah. And the reason why you get a big one is so that you can look at all the details that you can't see on the mini deck,
Right.
or the normal size deck.
Okay.
So if you're going to buy one of his books or go online and train with him, a giant deck is useful, because when he goes into his training, he will have a magnifying glass on this card, and he will
Right.
show you the subtle
Symbolisms. And things
symbolisms in the card that
you overlook sometimes.
you totally overlook in the other cards.
Yeah.
And it is really, really, it's eye-opening, and it's mind-blowing how much is actually in the card, how much
That you can.
the artist put in there.
I learned with my grandmother gave me her Rider-Waite deck, and I learned with them, and I do find that it's more an intuitive thing that I read from with cards than book learned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can't apply every book's definition
No,
to a
you can't
situation.
remember it.
No.
You can't remember it.
Yeah.
Right, before we go on, we're just going to do a little bit of a plug for somebody. It's not a plug. It's a lovely, it is, but it isn't. A lovely crone from our community has started a business with her daughter, and her business is called Root Remedies. And because she loves our videos so much, she sent me a pack of her new dandelion essence. So along with it is a beautiful card explaining why they've chosen all the things. It's a beautiful coffee alternative, and we're having it today.
Yeah.
We've made it in our trusty plunger or cafetiere, and it is a super, super coffee alternative. It looks like coffee. It
Gives you that coffee feeling.
I've not got any sweetener or any sugar or any honey in it, and it's got different like levels of flavor. It's really lovely. So it's described as a delicious roasted blend made from dandelion, maca, and licorice, and you do get the licorice coming through, but it's a really smooth coffee alternative. So I believe that we should support each other in our community, and so I've got a little bit of information about where you can get this from. Her name is Sharon, and her company is Root Remedies. So Sharon, thank you for the lovely gift of dandelion essence. We are enjoying it. We had a cup yesterday and we're having another cup today, but I think it's going to be more of a treat thing for me.
Sunday morning treats for me.
Yeah, it's really good though. So thanks very much for that. And I hope that the other crones in the community who are looking for a good substitute for coffee will support Sharon's Root Remedies. She gives lots of information as to why on her website. as to why she's chosen the different things that are in the blend, and it does make absolute sense and it tastes good too. So yeah, we will enjoy our Root Remedies coffee alternative, our dandelion essence. Thank you, Sharon.
Cheers.
So I'm going to hand you over to Barbara because she is going to talk tarot with you, and I might have a few questions,
Absolutely.
but
Yes.
I might be quite mesmerized. So just keep going.
Yeah. So when you start learning the cards, and again, uh, the Dusty White, How to Learn Tarot Cards the Easiest Way Ever. Excuse me. That's the book.
We'll put the link. I'll put
We'll
the
put the link
ISBN
on.
number on.
This was the last book I bought because, well, the second last book. I bought his other one as well because the way he teaches you how to practice with your cards is nothing you will learn in any other book. The other books will give you a couple of spreads and then they'll tell you the meanings of the cards. And the way he teaches is the way a teacher teaches.
Right.
So they make you understand and they make you practice, and he has got exercises on exercises on exercises which you do. He
I
also
remember you did about 100 hours
yes,
of
yeah,
practice.
just yeah, practice.
Yeah.
But the exercises in that book opens up your intuition, and it also opens up what you see, your understanding of the cards. So you actually don't need a book ever again, because each situation you will see something different in a card. So we've arranged them ace to 10 in each suit. I've taken out the court cards and I've taken out the majors because that is a whole different kettle of fish as well.
We'll have to do another video on
Another
that.
video, yes. But what you see when you lay them out is you actually get to see a theme in each of the suits. And we all know about the themes. If you've read enough of the books, you know, the swords are mental, you know,
So
all of it's
those are
in
your
here.
thoughts,
Your thoughts, how you, yeah,
ideas.
ideas, pretty much everything else. There sometimes is a crossover, like the Sword of Hearts. Yeah, well, the three of swords.
Yeah.
We all know that one. So there are crossovers. The cups again, you can get that. It's much more emotions and how you feel. The wands are action and work related, and then your coins or pentacles are
Money,
physical money,
finances,
finance,
abundance, prosperity.
abundance, your property, anything you
Okay.
own. But then there's similarities between the suits because obviously everybody's got an 8 and everybody's got a 9. And then you have a look and see what you've got. So one of the games that he recommends you play is definitely get yourself a tarot circle and get together once a week or once every 2 weeks
Okay. Yeah.
and practice, practice, practice. Because I had a tarot circle on I think Teams or it could have been Skype that long ago, and it was people all over the world. So you get a different perspective because what they'll see in a card is what you won't see in a card, but their perspective gives you that perspective. So the next time you have a reading, you'll go, "Oh yeah, I can remember that, and that does relate to what I'm
Yeah.
reading at the
Okay.
moment."
Yeah.
It's don't just sit with yourself. You have to have
Feedback.
have
Yeah.
feedback, and you also
Different
have to have
perspective.
somebody else's input. And one of the things we used to do is just like pick a card because we've all had our practice deck. You'll get 3 or 4 decks, and one of them is definitely you stick them to the wall, and another one you'll write all over because these are you'll get ideas. And I'll say sometimes, okay, find me 5 cards or 4 cards that show conflict, and then you go, oh well, there's a five of swords
Okay. I'll
is
hold that
yeah
one.
conflict. 7 of wands, there's conflict. 5 of wands, there's conflict.
Okay. So they're
Nine
fighting.
of wands, that's all showing conflict. So there's 4 cards in your deck already
Okay.
showing conflict.
About conflict.
Yeah.
So you're selecting an idea or a theme, and
Yes.
you are looking
And
then.
that's how we practice, because it's not just one card that can represent conflict. It's 4 of them in this deck can show
Okay.
conflict. And then show me celebrations.
Okay.
I'm going to let you pick
Oh
celebrations.
God.
Yes.
I know that that's a celebration. It's community and that,
That's
and
10 of
then
coins.
3 of cups to me always represents a celebration. That 10 of cups there looks like between 2 people a
Yes, they're
celebration.
celebrating their fabulous life.
4 of Wands looks like a celebration to me.
Yes.
Is
So
it?
there's, that's celebration. That could be a
Yeah,
wedding.
that could be a wedding.
Yeah. So somebody else will come up with, hey, that's a wedding. Somebody
Okay.
else will come up with 4 of Wands is a harvest festival.
Because of the
Yes.
fruit
So
and the
now we
things.
start looking. This is
To me, you
why
see, this to me is
10 of Pentacles.
10 of Pentacles is the abundance of the community. So that to me would be more of the harvest,
Yes.
what the community has achieved within.
Within.
But yeah. And that one's been in a couple of my
The
readings,
3 of Cups,
hasn't it?
girls dancing. Now that's a
3 girls
celebration.
dancing.
That could be a hen party. That could be celebrating a new anything
Venture,
really.
yeah.
If you've got, now this comes to putting cards together. If you've got the Ace of Wands, which is generally, in according to your book, it's new. It's something new, but
Something new.
generally it's to do with work or that kind of thing. But if you put them together, what have you got?
So that's like
Celebrating a new job, celebrating
new collaboration, new venture.
Collaboration.
Yeah.
Here's something fantastic, because this is when you come to putting together. There's collaboration. The 3 of Pentacles is people collaborating.
Okay.
So this is a new collaboration.
Okay.
So this is, first you find out, part of your exercise would be pick the ones that all come together. Pick the ones that are completely opposites. So we've got which ones say the same thing. Here's another celebration which we both missed. 6 of Wands.
Okay.
The 6 of Wands has got your man on a horse, with people cheering. That could be a military parade. That's a victory parade. That could be,
Okay.
Manchester United winning, all the
Okay.
football, whatever they win all the time. Excuse me, everybody.
But you're celebrating
You're
one
celebrating.
person, or
It could be one person. If you combine it with, let's combine it with a team. Is there a team on here?
what about 2 of Cups?
2 of Cups is also, it's not much of a team. This is a team. So your 5 of Wands.
But we picked that one for conflict.
Yes, but it can also be people playing together. Okay. Because when you have a look in your giant deck and you zoom in on what they're doing,
they don't have angry faces.
There's no angry faces. So
they could be practicing for battle.
They could be practicing. So
Okay.
this is could be the team's practicing and they've come away with the win.
They've put in the hard work.
They've put in the hard
and
work.
the action.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm getting it.
Yes. It's once you start looking at the cards, but start small. Put them out. And this is the deck I use to read. So
for your readings, yeah.
And at home I've got 3 more decks, and I got them cheap off I think Alibaba, and they've all got Chinese writing at the bottom, but it doesn't matter because it's the image.
Yeah. So by the way, if you do want a reading with Barbara, I will put her email address at the end of the video so that you can email her. She doesn't do social media. She's wise.
No, it's a 1-to-1. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now here's one. Pick me cards of almost despair.
I love my 5 of Pentacles for that.
5 of Pentacles is a good one. I'm hoping you're writing it all down.
Where's the one with all the
Yes.
stabbing in the back? Ten of Swords is a good one.
Yeah.
Despair.
Yeah.
That always talks of hardship to me.
That's hardship, yeah.
But not despair. He looks very sad.
Yeah.
Old Five of Cups, standing with all these cups on the floor, spilt milk. Your Eight of Swords. Oh yes, okay.
Yep.
I can't see so well. Nine of Swords
Nine
would
of
be
Swords.
despair.
Eight of Swords can be caught up and not. There's no out. I use the Six of Swords. It can be two things: escaping tyranny.
Okay.
Generally, I use that one for refugees because they are getting away. Both people. End of story.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
And
so escaping to now, looking at that, that the thing that dropped in for me straight away is a woman in an abusive relationship escaping.
Yeah.
So it's escaping any sort of abuse or abusive.
Yeah. Absolutely. This one is in the relationship. The Eight of Swords.
So that, how do you mean that is the person within the relationship? They haven't left, and that is the person escaping the relationship.
The person escaping.
Okay.
Yeah, swords is kind of like really conflicty. Now the Five of Swords, again, you need to have the big cards because generally people focus on the guy.
So if you haven't got your tarot deck by now, if you haven't paused and run to get it, pause and run to get it if you've got one.
Lay it out.
Because this is quite interesting looking at all these pictures.
And this is all the stuff that I got taught with Dusty White, and it's not in any other book. The Five of Swords, if you get your giant one, you'll have a look at the people in the background.
Yeah.
So generally, you see the Five of Swords and you focus on the bully in front. Or the victorious guy because he's stronger. So it can be a bully, he can be victorious, and they just didn't put the work in.
And he's got a double sword here.
Yeah, he's got a double sword and he's taken all their swords as well. But if you look at the two of them,
they're in despair.
Despair,
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's super interesting once you lay it out because...
And to me, then I see the big body of water, large emotions, deep emotions.
Yeah.
So it's deep emotional despair. That's how I would read it.
You're right. Because swords are not just mental. A lot of them have water in it, which is why there's a crossover. So don't get caught up in a book saying, that's that, that's that, that's that.
Yeah.
Putting everything in its own little lane. Because there's a bucket load of crossover going. Again, the Two of Wands, water. And then that's also, this is where you start looking at, this is where if you've got good friends and they start challenging you, they go, choices. And then, because now your creative juices are flowing and you're looking for the differences and you're looking for the similarities. So, charity, cards that could represent charity or giving.
So I always see an open hand as charity. There you've got the offering of a cup from the sacred or the divine, like a gaudy essence, because it's a cloud. There you've got
a charity,
like a beggar giving. That's also to me a bit of charity because it's involving the whole community, I think.
Yes, that's giving.
He's giving him.
Yeah.
So that's your Two of Cups. So far for charity, we've got Four of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Two of Cups.
There's another giving.
Yeah. We've got Six of Cups.
And that's pretty much it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you read a Seven of Cups out of interest? Because there's a lot of stuff within reach, but they're in the shadow.
Yes. Generally, that one, when it comes up, it usually comes up when you've got a choice and you have no idea what to choose.
Okay.
So when that comes up and somebody says, I don't know whether to this or do that, that one jumps. And I'm going, yeah, I can see that you don't want to do this or don't know which one you want. However, you need to do your homework. Because the only reason why you don't know what to choose is because you haven't looked into each and every one of those pros, cons. You've not done your
Okay.
homework. So this is an
So
honest
research
conversation that I will
and
have, yes. So go back, decide what you want, because you can choose a good one or you can choose the one with a little skull on it. So you're after the glory, but it comes with a price.
okay.
And I don't know if people actually know the Seven of Cups. And if you look closely, the one with the laurel wreath has a skull on the cup
Which is the
itself.
one just there
Yeah.
with my finger.
Yeah. And then if you're into symbolism and you feel like going further, you can then have a look at the possibly a Medusa, possibly, that's hysterical because that is, a TV show. It's like married. What's the TV show where they get married at first sight?
Harry did
And-
first, yeah, that's what it's
it.
called.
You freaking don't know what's under that. You
Okay,
don't
so
know what's under
in
that.
in the center, there's a person with almost like a sheet over their
Yeah.
head. There's a Medusa, there's a snake. I don't know what that is.
That's a mountain.
A mountain,
So challenges,
challenges,
and then a cup full of riches.
wealth,
Yeah. treasure.
the laurel, so you get the accolade.
But
there's,
it could
you
come,
said,
yeah,
there's a
sacrifices.
skeleton, a skull on the
Yeah.
thingy, and then the little dragon.
Yeah. So if you want to dig into it, the symbology of it, then do the research, and then you'll get a deeper idea of what's going on. One more is like resting, taking a break.
Well, he's
taking a break. Yeah.
he's already grown his food. So your Seven of Pentacles has grown the food, and he's looking and admiring.
Yeah.
Same as they are probably celebrating. They've got a house, they've got kids.
Yeah.
The rainbow is shining for them.
Yeah.
They
It's almost
probably
like,
at that stage
sitting on
where
your veranda
you
and
can
looking.
sit back and look at your thing. I don't know what else
Here's
is
another
resting.
taking a break.
Oh, okay. Now, you see, to me,
Meditation.
okay, Four of Cups we're talking about. Now, I see him differently.
Yes.
So
and this is the wonderful thing, because in your circle, if you've got 6 people and you pull one card and say, what does this mean to you? Books aside, what do you see? Everybody's going to see something different.
You know what comes to me? He's sitting there under the thing.
Yeah. That
So
could be sulking.
he's got his hands folded, and he's waiting. He's being offered by the universe or some sort of magical sacred power. He's been offered a cup, but he sat like this. He's not even reaching for the cup. So it's like
dissatisfaction. He's got 3, somebody's giving him another one and go, nope, don't want it.
he's not doing anything about anything.
Yeah.
He's got his arms
The
folded.
opportunities are there, but
and
you're
to
not
me,
aware.
He's not even looking at the cup. He's looking down at the 3 that he's got. So to me, it doesn't say resting. It says more laziness or not laziness, but.
And again, this is how you build your card vocabulary outside the book. Because for me,
He's meditating.
he's meditating. But it can, now that you've told me, if I have a situation where this comes up and there's no meditation involved in the conversation with my client,
Yeah.
I can also then pull on what you said. Because
Yeah.
once you've explained it to me, I can see it.
Yeah.
And this is where the fun starts, because these cards are fun. There's another resting.
Yes, but that's a dead resting.
No, that can be a regular resting. See, I can get that as like you're taking a break.
And you see, to me,
Yeah.
that's dead resting.
No, that's dead.
But this
that's
is
super
this
dead.
is like a tomb.
It is like a tomb, but there's a lot more in there. And
I suppose you've got to look at there's a stained glass window that you can look at as well.
window. Now, with the big card, you can zoom in on the stained
Yeah.
glass window because there is an image in the stained glass window.
Yeah.
And the background, Pixie's art, in the background, there are a lot of, what do they call it in the movies?
Subliminal.
Little nuggets of information. And then as you start playing with the cards,
To me, the
because
landscape, whether it's the sun or the moon,
Yes.
makes a difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all gifts from the divine.
Okay.
Yes.
So you see
That's
that
the start of it.
the
And
aids.
here it is.
Okay.
So as you have your group and you start to get to know each other, it becomes more fun because then once you know you've got this one down, you do exactly the same with the court cards, and then you do exactly the same with the major arcana, and then you
Okay.
throw them together.
So you spread them out where you can see the correlations,
Yes.
the differences.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And you do. Would you start with the sweets first, then the court cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweets, page to king, and then the major arcana.
Okay.
Because you look for similarities and you play like that for 10 minutes. And this is all the way he's taught us. And then you just fetch your own group. And then you look for differences. So the opposite of the Seven of Pentacles. Now it gets interesting because now you get addicted to playing with the cards. So the Seven of Pentacles is him looking at a good harvest.
So
yes,
that to me is the harvest is there. It's completely separate from them. They've turned their backs.
yeah,
They're cold. You've got different weather. You've got different.
yeah.
So to me, that could be the opposite.
So with the opposite to the Seven of Pentacles, Cindy has pulled the Five of Pentacles, which is the chaps outside the church, technically in the rain,
Yeah.
in the snow, no shoes,
And it wouldn't
no
necessarily
proper clothes.
be about how many people were in it, would it?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No.
because
There's an opposite as
that's
well.
I was going to just point
The
in
Five
out.
of Cups
So
is
Five of
opposite
Cups
to-
is completely opposite
Yes.
because it's one man who's closed himself off. He's got his cloak closed.
Yeah.
He's got his head down,
and
and he's closed himself off from everything. That's how it feels.
he's got less than what he started with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So there's a bucket load of games you can play. So opposites, Three of Cups.
Okay. Three of Cups is already celebrating.
Yep.
So, oh God. So she could be opposite, obviously, because
Yeah.
she's the sword lady.
Nine of Swords.
Nine of
She's,
Swords.
Yeah, this is a group together. This
She's
is somebody on their
alone,
own.
yeah.
No, if you want to take it as you've got your support and then you've got zero, you're alone.
Yeah.
Absolutely alone.
And then that would also
yeah,
perhaps be
yeah.
opposite.
The Two of Swords. She's also blocked off. There's no friends, nothing there. Both of them are,
Day and
water.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got your opposite of day and night there.
Three of
You've got-
Swords.
You've got land, you've got water,
Yeah.
standing, sitting.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of opposites
Lots of opposites.
in there. Which one did you say as well?
Three of Swords. Three together, three apart.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Yay! That's. I mean, I've only just now seen that.
Three together and then three swords through the heart, whereas these are comrades and celebrating together.
And that's them broken up.
Okay.
Spice Girls. Yeah, you can relate it to anybody. Oh, that was one of the games we played. Is we ended up picking celebrities and then picking three cards to describe them.
Okay.
That was also cool, but that's what you can do with the court cards. Because once you start learning their personalities by looking at the card, yes, read the book. But part of reading the book is seeing if you can find it in the card.
Right.
So then use these plus the court cards and that would literally be the band's broken up. Lots of fighting in the band. 5 of ones, lots of fighting in the band, and then finally they decide to go their own way.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty much
Good.
getting
Yeah,
to know.
that's interesting. An interesting way to do it. All right. We're recording again, and we've got some fresh brews. So
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
we've
Thanks
had
again.
a little snack and a sit in the sun. Got a fresh brew, and we had a hot cross bun, a lovely Bramley apple one with pesto and cheese.
Brilliant.
So there we
Straight from a
go.
hedge.
Yeah. So yeah, what else can you show us to do with tarot and just making it easier, more accessible to people that are wanting to learn?
Okay. So I'm not going to steal the thunder of what's in the book because I will let you discover that the joy of all of the amazing exercises. But one of the things I find is when I do a reading for somebody, generally they come to me with a choice, a this or a that, or they want confirmation that what they've chosen in their life is correct.
Okay, yeah.
So that I don't use the standard Celtic cross for that because the Celtic cross is a general reading tool to see what's going on in the life. They're already telling me what's going on in their life. They just don't know if they should do this or do that.
Okay.
And sometimes a reading comes up with you actually can do both. So, have you got questions, for example? Because this is
Putting me on the spot.
sorry.
Okay, business-wise, I have two things. So I have the option of continuing as I am,
Yeah.
or a collaboration and extending the shop downstairs into the studio.
Okay.
The collaboration is with somebody I know. My thing is already, so business head on now here, I already earn money renting the studio out and I enjoy access to the studio. If I rent it out to the collaboration at a set fee, I'm losing a bit of the community that I've built up. Do I take that online? Do I not? That's my thoughts, is that although I won't have the physical space to use as much anymore because it will then become shop, and it will be two business operating, an upstairs and a downstairs sort of thing. I'm just not sure that going online and getting the other person in is 100% the right choice.
Okay.
I think with me, that do I take the business online or do I keep it where I am? I don't,
Okay.
that's the only thing I can think of at the moment that I'm sort of pondering.
Okay. So
I don't have any personal sort of life issues and things like that. I'm pretty sorted.
okay. So I think
Except if it comes to a holiday choice of Barbados or something like that.
there'll
But
be
yeah.
both cards, both sets of cards will be fine. Go for it. So if we break it down to the basics, it's status quo
Or
and
shift, yeah.
yeah, and change. How you shift and what you do with that is to think about after we decide or we
Okay,
get a
all
reading.
right.
So yeah, so status quo or a shift. Just checking that my cards are all upright because they have a tendency to reverse. I do read reverse cards, but we'll keep it simple for this one because that is a complete that's the next book really.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, because then you're starting to exactly the same exercise. But you say, what's the opposite of this? And then you can pick another card and you can reverse it.
Okay.
So
So what you're going to do now is to show people how to determine like a choice.
yes, so it's either or, and sometimes I've done readings where you can do both.
Okay.
So this side, I'll draw 4 cards. It's status quo,
Okay.
and this side is implement the changes.
Okay.
And the 4 cards generally will give you the top card will give you the kind of energy around that choice, and the other 3 will just elaborate on it.
Okay.
So yeah, okay, that feels like it's right. Okay, so that is the status quo. It tells me,
Okay.
right, okay, this is good because this is pretty much what you've just told me. We've got the 7 of Pentacles where the person has labored and he's appreciating the fruits of his labor.
Yeah.
It is becoming a bit of a burden,
Yeah.
but this is a positive thing. And you do feel we've got, okay, so sorry, start again. At the top for the energy around the status quo choice, we've got the 7 of Pentacles. And then the 3 cards below, we've got the 10 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. So status quo already, this tells me in progression that this has been a long, hard slog. 10 is the end of that one suit.
Yeah.
So you've achieved what you've wanted to achieve, but it's solid hard work. This guy, he's defending what he's got.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So you're still there, and it is. I wouldn't put it a conflict because there ain't other people around.
Yeah.
It is just you have got to. It's still a hard work thing, but this is the beginning of something new. So you've got the Ace of Swords in the last position, and it literally moves past, present, future.
Okay.
So that already feels like this is going towards here because your Ace of Swords is you've got the energy to start something new. And you've got the ideas going in your head and you've got all the plans. Yeah. Okay. For going ahead with your new options, we've got Judgment, Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, and then 3 of Swords. Yikes. Okay. So the energy around the new one is, I don't see that. Sometimes just take the words out from the bottom and read the picture. So to me, if I take that out, what you got is somebody announcing something.
Yeah.
So your new venture
would be an announcement of this is what we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also it's good new news. These people are going, yeah, that's a great thing. This is going to happen. Okay. So that's almost like a supportive audience. That's the way I'm reading that. And because this is a major arcana card, that's energy outside of your control. So this is almost like the heavens saying, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
That's what I'm reading. You've got 2 aces here. This one is leading into this one because now we're in the future. So this is, yes, definitely the Ace of Pentacles is new ventures, new money.
The doorway there.
Doorway, yes. Leading to the 2 of Pentacles. You're going to have to do some juggling.
Juggling, but also collaboration. That could signify.
We can, but that's generally juggling because it's not going to be smooth sailing. We can expand on that. But this is also...
Okay, because you've got a rough sea and a boat in the background.
Yes, but he's on a level platform. Okay. So that rough sea and his boat, the boat's going up and down, is background.
But there's 2 boats, and that worries me that the collaboration might not be...
We don't know if that's collaboration because he is on his own.
Okay.
But he's on a solid platform.
Okay.
And it's not nothing here is this is going to happen.
Okay.
Here is, if you're going to do it, be aware of, and
Okay.
forewarned is forearmed. So when you see something rough happen, I know about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This, consider it your safety belt in a car. The Three of Swords, there will be some strife,
Okay.
and this might hurt a few people. It might be the people here,
Yeah.
but also if you know about it, it doesn't need to be that. If it's brought in slowly and you bring them into a different area, then we can avoid people feeling like they've been betrayed. Does that make sense? Because, yeah, you're not going to please everybody
Yeah. I know.
all the time.
And for me, I have to work smart because I'm tired.
He is tired.
Yeah.
He's literally had to do that for a very long time, that person. But for me, that is new. And that literally leads into this.
Okay.
So the status quo is, I think, almost automatically, universally shifting from there
announcement.
to here. We can have a look at an and then. If you move and it's not, here's what I'm doing, and bugger the rest of you. Sorry about the language. If
It's okay. I say fuck.
Okay. All right.
Every now and again.
Sorry about yes. Handling it better.
Yes.
Being conscious.
Being aware and
of people, doing it in a compassionate way. But also, it's your business. Ultimately.
Yeah, but I built the business for the community.
Okay. So
the business operates to help people within the community. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because it's well-being and healing centered. So it is my business, but my business is for others.
Yes.
So that's where I find it difficult, because people love coming to the in-person classes. People like coming to things.
Okay.
And if I don't have the space to do it,
all right.
Where do those people go?
So it might be that you actually have to think about.
And the only option at the moment that I can think of is we do it online.
Okay.
And is that accessible to everyone? Is that the same as you walking in and me giving you a hug and a cup of tea and a chat afterwards? So that's, but I also am tired and I've got to look out for myself.
Yeah.
So
that literally leads into, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
How are you going to juggle them and them?
Yeah.
And not get hearts broken. And I think that would take a bit of. So this is nothing rush in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
But it does look like the time is right. You've got 2 aces here.
Yeah.
That section is hard work, because you've got 2 of those. This section you've got 2 wand cards.
Yeah.
This section is you've got.
Oh, I see.
2 coin
Okay,
cards.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got the ones. Okay. The ones is the work. That's all. Depicting this has been work and work and work. And yes,
work,
I've had to nurture it to get the money.
Yeah.
This is 2 pentacle cards, which shows finances, options.
Yeah, options. This is also relating to some work, because further along in the pentacles you'll have, this is a pentacles guy, he's done the work.
Yeah.
This is where we come back to, pentacles doesn't always mean money. Pentacles also
Means work.
Labor. Yeah. So
it's money with responsibility. It's money. It's what you've sown, you've reaped.
Yes. Yeah. So he has had to put the work in.
Yeah.
The 8 of Pentacles is also somebody working away and creating something creatively, which crosses over into the cups.
Okay.
Yeah. So I try not to stick to a lane when it comes to the suits, because they cross the lane all the time. So if we have a look and see what's happening here. So I pulled the 4 of Swords to have a look at the 3 of Swords. That is a bit of a progression. So for me, this is better than that. He's resting. So here, where you need rest, he is rest. This isn't, for me, the way I read it, a bad card.
Okay.
It means that you will have to go and sit and think about it. Sleep on it. How are you going to resolve these issues? Yes. 7 of Wands. We've elaborated on the 7. So this is not going to be an easy choice. And it might be that people are going to not be happy. And you're going to have to defend your position and defend yourself. Because they will not be happy with the choices that you've made. But forewarned is forearmed. These are all the cards that you didn't like earlier. And they came out.
Oh, dear.
But I'm reading this as there are options. And you still have to think about what your options are. Because for me, that's deep thinking. And that's deep thinking.
Okay.
The way I see them in this reading.
Yeah.
And in the end, that's actually a very good one.
Yeah.
But this to me shows that there is a collaboration and there are people around you that will help you.
Yeah, yeah.
You might lose some along the way, but not all.
Okay.
So by no means an easy ride, but this is in the this is coming down the line.
I know.
Yeah. But if you know that this is going to happen, it won't be such a rough ride.
Okay.
And
so if people have other questions, so say for instance one of our viewers has a choice coming up, they can do the same thing.
Yes.
They can place option A, option B.
Yeah, write it down on a little card. I did that on Friday.
Okay.
She had 3 options, and then we read a 4th one.
Okay.
Because as you have a conversation with the person, they go, "Oh yeah, but I had this as well." It's like, okay, let's just write that down and let's see where that goes. And in the end, they were all pretty good. She was going around on the right. She was on the right route. But yeah, the top one, how I use it is the energy around that event. So this is something that you work for and you...
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And this is the energy of that event. So this event is a major. It's not a minor. You are in charge of these things.
Yeah.
If it's a major, that is a universe. That's out of your control. So it might very well be that it's taken out of your hands. And you have to move. We've not considered that option. Don't know. But it definitely is an announcement.
Yeah.
I'll take that away. It's an announcement. But it's a good announcement. Because they're not hiding away.
Yeah, yeah.
They are going, yeah, finally. So it might very well be that some of your customers are unhappy.
Yeah.
But a large majority of them more have access.
Well, this is the thing, yeah.
It might well. And ultimately, how you deal with everybody. I'm going to take photographs of these, or
what we will do is we'll take a photograph and we'll put it up.
Yeah.
Behind this chat, so that people can see the cards.
All right.
While we're chatting.
Yeah. Okay. In the end, heartbreak. Take a rest. Don't let it stress you out. Have your me time. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
You all have to defend yourself. There are other options. Think about them. Again, the meditation, these two come together as a meditation for me. And then it will come right, because there are people who support you, and people will be celebrating that. Okay. Cool. So before we go, we also do the Osho Zens. So I'm just going to grab them out, because I love these. And I finish up a reading with them as extra messages. So you can do those.
I'm not a very good shuffler.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. They are the cards that, and you can choose them from the top, from the bottom, from the middle.
And how many do I choose?
5. Usually 5 is
Oh. That's 1. That's 2. I'm not sure, so I'm going to choose bar 3, 4.
okay.
And 5.
Let's flip them over and see flip them over and see what they say.
Okay.
Super. Okay, so this won't take photograph of everything. Ordinariness pretty much to me says you actually don't need to be everything for everybody. Once in a once in a
I
while.
can sit back and pick my nose.
Yes.
And be ordinary.
Yes, you can be ordinary, or you can go and take a walk in the hills. But
So it is somebody really just enjoying a wander in the gardens and the outdoors.
literally in your apple blossoms.
Yeah.
Enjoy the garden. Sometimes your day doesn't have to be filled from start to finish with stuff.
Okay.
Take that time and just be yourself.
Yanya.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Possibilities. I love this card. It's a very positive card, and it also gives a little bit of. It's got influence over that, and it supports what's going on. So, your possibilities. Think of yourself as the eagle. You've got so many things that you can see.
Yeah.
Because you're not on the ground, you're in the sky. You can see all of the valley, and if you feel like it, you can go outside the valley. And we have a sunrise, so it's the dawn of something new as well.
Yeah.
You have anything you can. It's a lovely card. There's so much that you can do with that card. The miser. This generally is a warning card to not be too
Attached.
Don't
Yes.
be attached, but also don't. Yeah, I would have said hold on too fast. But
Yeah,
it's
hold
the
on
same
too
thing.
tightly. Yeah.
Hold on too tightly. She can come up in any reading, in every reading, and it'll be different. But every reading, they're holding on
Because
to
that's
stuff.
fear-based.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Look at her face.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose.
And
You don't
there
want
is
to lose
part of me
people,
that
you don't want to lose-
worries. I don't want to lose what I've built up. I love what I have.
Yeah.
And I appreciate what I have. And I don't want to lose it by changing it.
But you can see. So this is not like a bad card. This is just a reminder to actually, if
It's
something
okay
needs,
to let go.
it's okay to let go, because she's not happy with all of that at all. The creator, again, lovely. You are in charge of your own life, and here at the moment is where you can create something new. So this is one of the major arcanas in the Osho Zen deck.
Right.
This is endless possibility, and it is in your hands,
Yeah.
nobody else's. And then the awareness. This is also another beautiful card. Things are going to become
Clearer.
as you go. They're not going to be easy, but from what you used to be to what you're going into is a completely different,
Yeah.
a different set or human being. And it's also, this is also coming from within. So that creativity, there's
Yeah.
something completely new emerging.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Yeah. And not just business wise, but for you as well.
Oh, yeah, because I am the business.
Yeah.
But that's also
coming
why
straight
there
out.
has to be this evolution, because
Yeah.
I started the business in 2016. I was one person. I've studied, grown, and the business needs to evolve with
Yeah.
who I'm becoming
Okay.
and what I want to teach and what I want to do. Because I've taught for so many years, so many different things, but actually there's a whole lot of new stuff coming through.
Yeah. Creator.
Yeah.
All of that is coming together. Possibilities. Take some time for yourself. Be in the garden and just be. Don't be a businessman. Don't be a
Yeah.
wife. Don't be a dog owner. Don't be anything. Just be. Be with the bees.
Be with the bees.
Yeah. So, from my point of view, it's happening.
It's a natural progression.
It's a natural progression. Yeah, and it's your, like you said, it's your natural evolution to actually be moving forward. And pretty much the cards are agreeing, warning you of some issues, but you know about this now, and you can handle it if you take your time, and you know that it's actually going to be okay because you've got the support. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I think that's probably all we've got time for today. I hope that's been useful. If you've got any questions for Barbara, pop them in the comments and we'll ask Barbara to get back to you. And also, if you want to contact Barbara, we'll put her email on there as well. And we hope to do a follow-up sometime when I come down to yours.
Yeah.
So Barbara's based down in the southwest, and she does face-to-face readings. I can't persuade her to do online. She doesn't like it.
It's a bond you get with your client, and it doesn't happen over technology at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are based down there and you fancy a little trip to Tewkesbury area, then give Barbara an email and see if she can meet you for a coffee and a tarot.
Yes.
A coffee and tarot.
Yes.
All right. So there we go. Our bums are pretty much numb.
Thank you.
And I've been without all my trusty other crones today. So technology has been, I've been learning as I go along.
Doing well. Doing well.
We hope to see you with all of us around the table next time. And thank you to Barbara for joining us. I do have some gifties for you.
That's a pleasure. Oh, my word. Oh.
Open it, open it, open it.
I love that card.
So some peace in the home and some snowdrops for your garden.
Oh, thank you.
Just open. Just rip, rip, rip. Just a little thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Barbara used to be a beekeeper.
Talking about bees.
A little journal.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, lovely. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Craftsmanship on that.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Good to have you. And it's been such fun. We've spent the weekend doing absolutely girly stuff. We went yesterday to ordinariness. We went yesterday to Whitewater Lodge and had a spa day and afternoon tea. And we're going to go off to the garden centre in a little bit to go and mooch around the garden centre and maybe have a coffee there. So, yeah. And the next time I'll come through to yours.
And we'll go crystal shopping.
Yeah. All right. So our brews are through. Our bums are numb. Till the next time. We'll see you soon.
Take care. Bye.